It's okay. I've read so many different stories about what the average is, the average is. So
Average what?
the average length of a man, for a man when he's
2
hard.
inches. 2 inches.
No, when he's
Well, I guess,
And Peter.
How would I just, hey, welcome everybody to, I'm not even sure the name of the show anyway
No,
anymore.
I
Real
said
people
2
funny.
inches. You know why, Lenny? I said 2 inches.
why?
That way I could be a little bit above it. You understand? Like, I'm not
RealPeopleFunny.com, that's the name of the show.
I don't want to be average. I want to be above average. So I'm bringing
yes, and
down
we are currently discussing the average size of a man's penis.
average size of a
The
woman.
point is very,
I mean,
very
it's like you know,
Good
what's the
opening.
average
Good
size-
opening, Julio.
What's the average size of a woman's breast? I mean, like, I don't know, whatever's good.
I would say it would be a B would be average. Somewhere B to C would be average. That would be, if you see that, you're probably in the right ballpark. That's my.
I mean, tell me, do they have women that are very conscious because they have small?
What do you mean, do they?
What?
Well, I don't understand. A man who's lived his life longer than me, that's Julio, and he has to ask a question, are women aware of the size of their own breasts? Come on now, Julio, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, would that really bother them? Is that
Oh, does that bother them? Oh, come on, Julio. Oh, this is so...
If you're a man, if you have a little dick, right? Nobody really see it until you get there.
It bothers you. It bothers you if you have a little dick.
But okay, hold on. I think I'm probably the foremost authority on this right now. So I'm gonna.
Which one, the breast thing or the dick thing?
I think both myself, but that's
Okay, all right. Just
No, about the penis part, we'll get back to that. But I was thinking, I surveyed 100 men. Not really. Anyway, you know what?
it wasn't really a survey. It was more like experiential type of situation, right?
It was research. However,
R&D, research and development.
And development.
Research and dicks. Okay.
They don't, but you can only develop so much.
Especially if you got 2 inches. Go ahead. We want to hear it anyway.
oh, thank you guys. Anyway, so you know what here's the thing. Do women know about their boobs if they're too small? They do. And you know how it used to be that if you were just a teensy bit chubby, like not super skinny, the little chubby, you had bigger boobs, right?
Okay.
And so whenever those fake boobs came out, now all the skinny girls, they can get boobs. Then the chunky girls don't really have like a bonus. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Messed up the whole thing.
I think it is pretty amazing how many women do have implants, because in my experience, as I got older, I mean, a lot of the people I met after I got, separated, divorces, a lot of them had the enhancements, which I think are great. I mean, I think the breast thing for women, it's just like some women care about it and some women don't. I mean, they don't, it depends on how you look at yourself, I guess.
Right. I just know my golf coach, one would say go under, and then the next one said go over. And I'm like, guys don't have that problem. I mean, nobody is out there, trying to figure out where their boobs go to hit a good shot.
Well,
Interesting.
Only certain women have that problem. You might have that issue. A lot of women don't. You certainly have.
The issue.
Yeah, you have more to deal with respect to that.
I have more to deal with.
Is that why Asians, there are Asian women that are very, very good at golf, because some of them have smaller breasts and they're able to manipulate the club better?
No, it's because they focus and practice 87 hours a day. That's what they want to do.
Besides that, of course, yeah. That's true, yeah.
I mean, now that you think about it, I've never seen a big-breasted woman that became a professional golfer.
Oh yeah, no, there are some.
Yeah, there's some that are kind of
some.
lookers, and they're
Actually, I think there was a Playboy thing with the ones that are really attractive. One woman she's not very good, but she gets in trouble because of the things that she wears on the course.
Yeah, I've seen her around on the internet a lot. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of, guess who has a 3-day gig on the golf course in a John Cena movie?
Angel.
What?
Nice.
Are you going to be speaking?
I don't know yet.
Good.
But There's probably not. I don't know, but it was basically literally I'm going to be hanging out not at our golf club. It's at another one in town for 3 days on the golf course. That's it.
Yeah, but is it going to be like regular extra work where you're there at 6 in the morning and you're there till 10 o'clock at night or something, or you know?
I hope not.
Yeah, you gotta check the call time because.
Yeah, extra work sounds good until you get there.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's like, okay, I came in at 7, and then you're there still at 7 waiting for Marty, what's his name, Martin Scorsese to arrive with the fucking cast and crew.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be shitty like that. And they also want me to bring the husband's car, so.
Oh, so you probably get treated better because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, a car. Okay, listen, this is Emma. She still can't get in. Did you let her in?
Oh, let me see if she. Yeah,
All right.
let me.
Out.
Ask her to come back in again. She's not on my list, so ask her to come back again, and I'll let her in.
But her camera didn't look like it was on.
Yeah, camera wasn't on before. Something was wrong.
Who's laughing? Is that your wife, Joe?
Where's her head? 'Cause
Yeah. Every time she must have, you know, in my house, I can hear her very well. She has a very, she has a good voice. Let's put it that way when it comes to talking. So you can hear it any time. But, you know, but she doesn't hear very well. That's the problem.
Oh.
Anyway, let's move along.
Is she in the car? She is.
Yeah, we're going on a little ride here.
Yes.
She's at
It's a
home.
nice
Her voice
day.
carries.
As you said, in New York. So I spilled some water on myself. It looks like I hate to say it, peed on myself. So I have to go back and, you know, clean up.
That's what all the men say when they come out of the VIP room.
I wear that extra shirt when I go to the strip club, so I'm good.
All right, did you let Emma in?
I don't see Emma. She's not on my list. Ben, do you see her? I don't see her.
Maybe she'll send me a message cussing about how we don't get them in on time, blah, blah, blah.
I can send her an email. Did you send her?
She was in.
She was here, yeah.
She was on. It's just her camera wasn't on, so she, you know.
She was
We're
in.
only going an hour, so I mean, you know, we're already eating up time by worrying about Emma.
Okay, well, we can get started.
Why don't we just start with trivia this week, since we all know each other and there really isn't that much of a surprise here, since actually, we can have an actual conversation at this point because it's not quite as many people.
I know. I like being the only girl, too. That's fun.
Oh, so are you sabotaging Emma? Is that what's happening right now?
I'm gonna sabotage Steve because I didn't like him trying to steal the show. And
I
that
give you guys.
girl that used to be on here. Yeah, I'm gonna wipe everybody out. I like all you guys. I think we can sit with what we got now.
But you're wiping Emma out. She's the last of the females besides yourself.
I really wouldn't do that. I don't know where she is, but yeah, we'll just do some trivia in case we have people watching.
Let's do some trivia, then we'll go to the 5 minutes, or you don't have to do a full 5 minutes. You just have your own spotlight, no interruptions, and then we can talk. So let's go with the trivia first. Real quick, though, Angel, okay? Because we don't need to have all the, you know, all the ritual of it. We can just go with the questions.
It'll go fast if people just ask, answer. Okay, first question. Let's start with Ken Barron.
Hey,
He's busy.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
get him and we'll go to Lenny.
He's cleaning his mic.
No,
Yeah.
Ken, or you want to do a trivia question?
Do it.
All right, let's do it.
Duet.
Krug, a Jewish professor at George Washington University, pretended to be what? A PhD, a Trump supporter, or African American?
What was the second one?
A Trump supporter.
I'm going to go with number 3.
That's correct. African American.
Jessica Cruz. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
So did a leader of the chapter of the NAACP.
In San Francisco or something, Seattle or something. That was Donizal. Sandra Donizal. Is that her name?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw they just arrested a member of the KKK for having sex with a black male prostitute. So who knows what can happen out there?
Who knows?
Everything goes. As long as you don't know about it. Everything
Okay,
will
see,
go.
this is-
Don't worry
All
about
right,
it.
let's get on with the next question.
Right, it's not me. Okay, next question is going to go to Lenny. Basketball great and Charlotte Hornets owner Michael Jordan just became what? A billionaire, ambassador to Haiti, or a consultant for the DraftKings, which is a betting site?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm going to say a billionaire.
No,
Nope.
that's not it.
Okay, well, my next guess, he's a consultant with DraftKings.
Yeah, that's correct. We
Yeah.
don't need to talk about it. That's exactly what he is.
Okay.
Welcome.
Julio,
Welcome.
I'm sorry to keep you awake, but here's your
Oh,
question.
Emma, I'm going to let her in. I'm letting Emma in. So get a question ready for her. Okay, here she comes.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
Here she comes.
Oh, there she is.
Jean Foster.
Down the mountain when she
That sounds like an impressive name, though, doesn't it? Emma Jean Foster. Sounds like somebody's going to make an independent movie about her life someday.
She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be.
Not like the one that we saw.
Hey, there she is.
There
Emma,
she is.
Hi, Emma.
Miss America.
Emma.
So Emma, we're doing trivia right now.
Because we're only going an hour, so we figured we'd speed it up.
Yeah, so let's see, Julio.
Yes.
I don't even know how to pronounce this person's name. Lee Yifei?
It's a Chinese name, just a Chinese actress.
Okay,
Walk around like this.
Liu Yifei, I think.
okay. A Chinese actress has called the boycott of the movie Mulan because why? She supports Black Lives Matter, she supports Trump, or she supports the police in Hong Kong.
I'm going to go with 3.
You are correct, sir.
That is correct.
She's the lead actress of Mulan, and she came out and said, "Oh, let's support the police of Hong Kong. These rioters are stupid, and they're so-called democracy rioters, protesters." All right. Anyway,
Okay, next up. Joel,
Okay.
Portland, Oregon has had how many consecutive days of protest? 30, 99, or 0?
30, 99. How long has this been going on?
Portland.
30 days. No? 99.
99. It's actually 100 now.
I knew it was one of those two.
Right.
I
We
know
were
it was
one
a lot.
day off, but yeah, it was 99 as of yesterday when I wrote that in the morning. Angel, did you notice what time I gave you the questions?
At 3:01 no, that's when I printed them at 3:01 a.m. No, I,
That's, I wrote them, yeah, just before that in the morning. I couldn't sleep.
I couldn't either.
30 in the morning.
Okay, next up, who are we? Oh, Emma, here's your question. President Trump calls what anti-American and divisive?
Is she on? Because she looks frozen.
Can you hear me, Emma? Blink. Wait.
Goodbye, Emma Foster, Jean Foster.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Emma
She's frozen.
Jean Foster. Yeah, good.
Goodbye, Emma Jean. Though I never.
Our next contestant, that would be Ken Barron.
Ken Barron again. What about Julio?
Yeah.
Wait, Julio did one?
We'll
Yeah,
give him
he did.
another.
Okay, I'm not going to give you one, Ken. I'm giving Julio one.
Yeah.
President Trump calls what anti-American and divisive? This show. Federal
That's a
I
good
don't know
one.
what.
I know that's a good one. I laughed when I wrote it. But anyway.
Okay, this show, federal training, or the Harris.
Because Alan keeps laughing at his own joke.
I love laughing at my own jokes.
Biden,
Especially when somebody
Yeah,
laughs. I
can't-
love it.
but every time you laugh, you can't hear what Angel's saying.
All right, Angel, go ahead. I'm
Repeat the
sorry.
question.
Repeat the question.
Those
Okay.
eyes.
told you guys 100 times, if I wanted to get treated like shit, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd just go on into the house. So be nice. Okay. President Trump calls what divisive and anti-American? Our show, federal diversity training, or the Biden-Harris campaign?
The diversity training.
Yeah.
That is correct, sir.
Correct. Good job.
Wow, Ken. Wow.
I think this show used to be divisive till we got rid of a certain person. Then it was okay after that. I won't
would
say
that
her
be?
name, but
We're not gonna say
Emma.
the name.
You
Say
ready?
her name. Say her name.
Isn't that a song? Say my name. Say my name.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Emma.
ready?
Oh, come on.
The story of Donald Trump calling dead American soldiers losers and suckers was first reported where? The Atlantic, the New York Times, or TikTok?
Ex Sergio, Jacksonville 7.
I know.
Let Emma answer. It's her question.
I
I
know.
know.
I didn't hear her.
We can't hear you, Emma.
We see you, though. Well, maybe you can do it by number. Read the question again and give her numbers. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and she'll hold up her fingers.
Okay, here are the choices.
Put your fingers down.
The story of Donald Trump calling American soldiers losers and suckers was first reported where? 1, the Atlantic.
I can't believe we're doing this.
The New York Times. 3, TikTok.
Ah, that's-
Now hold your finger up, Emma, with the answer.
Emma, which one? 1?
I can't see her. Can you see?
Can't see you. Stay back.
No, we can see her, but we can't see the fingers. Pull them back like this.
I can't
I
even
know,
see
but
it.
I'm leaning my head down like it's going to help. I'm like,
What number?
Emma, why can't we hear her? What's going on? You have your audio on?
Well,
You're not
can't
muted,
we
are you?
hear on the show.
Okay, Emma says number 1, I think, because that's the only finger I could see was like one finger there.
we're going
How
to
many
say
fingers
that
do
was
you have?
correct. Number 1.
Okay, 1 is correct. It was published in the Atlantic first.
Because my
Okay.
ADD,
True.
and I'm about
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's not true. But according to Trump and company, says that's not true. But we reported in the Atlantic. I like the Atlantic actually. I read that.
You
Confirmed
mean
by a
according
source
to
of
them,
Fox.
like you said, according to themselves?
Yeah. Thank you, Emma.
Confirmed by a reporter at Fox.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What do you mean it
News.
was confirmed by a reporter on Fox?
A reporter on Fox confirmed it through her own sources.
So there.
Oh, there.
And
Her own-
those
her- anonymous.
reporters never lie.
Exactly.
Ever.
And unnamed sources are never made up. Unnamed sources.
Never.
Never. Besides, he called John McCain. He says, I don't like people who got captured. He's not a hero because he got captured. I don't like people who got captured.
Oh,
No, but he
okay,
only
well,
said that yes, they hit him below the belt. That's all he did. He's
I mean, the guy spent 5 years in a Viet Cong prison, and let me tell you, that's no Rikers Island. Let me tell you.
no, they call it the Hilton. I don't know why.
Well, I'm sure he didn't like it.
What they call that? What was it? The Nang Hilton? What was the name of it? The Hanoi Hilton. Yeah.
I'm Hanoi Hilton.
Which there is one now, unfortunately. Right now, there is a Hanoi Hilton. You can say
A
it.
real one, a real one.
New York City Hilton. You
You
can't even go in
know,
there.
Isn't it funny? Like some kid goes over there and goes, I don't know what McCain was complaining about. It's pretty good.
Pretty good over there.
The pool only stays open until 7, but I get around. I deal with that.
you know where they put the Hanoi Jane stickers at the VFW?
Where?
In the urinals.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when she came back from Hanoi and we were in college, my first year of college, and she was talking and they were asking her, oh, she goes, well, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And somebody yelled, yeah, you wasn't a prisoner. And then she kind of like, well, they walked around and they said, and I'm
Are
like,
you guys just,
All right, do we have any more questions, or is that it?
let me know when you guys are ready because I'm just entertaining myself here.
Looks like
Oh, that's how you do it. You play with your hair.
that's how she
Oh, I could
does
do that all day.
I entertain myself. I'm not playing with my hair, believe me.
it.
We've already established all of us have done ourselves during the show. So let's just leave that where it is.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's do.
We're doing an hour, folks.
Okay, yeah, it'll take us an hour to finish this, I think. Let's do that would be Lenny. Lenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds sexy. Do it again. Lenny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Changing from virtual campaigning on Labor Day, Kamala Harris will campaign where? Louisville, Milwaukee, or the ShopRite Derby, Connecticut?
Top right.
Wisconsin, I think.
That is correct. And of course, the ShopRite, I had to look it up to make sure it was in Derby, where Julio works. So.
That's research for you.
I know. There's a lot of work to this show, folks, at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me tell you. We've got to make it a half hour from now on, 'cause it's too much work, really.
Get a life, will you?
We can all get on talk, have one trivia question, then end the show. All right, what's next?
Oh,
Here we go.
Julio. Well, that's not going to work for you. Emma, can you hear me? Emma? Angel to Emma? Emma? No? Okay. I'll go to Joel.
Interesting.
I'm here.
Joel,
Yes.
who on the show said the show was better when it was just me and you? Was that Julio, Rack, or Angel's husband?
It has to be Rack.
No.
No.
Julio.
That's surprising.
It was Julio.
It was Julio.
But that fucking line, or Angel's husband, is really funny, man.
No, I know
So
it was
was
one of
the
the
one
two.
where he,
Oh, Trump!
this show was divisive.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, this show is divisive. Anywhere where we inject ourselves into the national conversation is funny.
It
You
is.
know, he
It's
says
true.
to me all the time, if I disagree with him or, show any assertiveness, he does this thing like, oh, you think you're so freaking awesome because you have a podcast. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like it's not a podcast.
Watch it. Everybody remember that. That's going to be a trivia question next week.
Does he really say that for real?
He says it all the time. And the dude that came during the production meeting, the guy that he hired like from his old company to the new company,
Yeah.
the guy's so sweet. I go out, he's like, Angel, so tell me about what you're doing. Blah, blah, Bill says you got a lot of stuff going on, blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, I listen to podcasts all the time. Where can I find yours? I'm like, it's not a podcast.
It is in a way because
Yeah, it is.
someday we will get our shows on our website and then it becomes a podcast because people can go to it whenever they want. But Ben, where are we on that? Just as a quick catch up for the one person watching us out there.
It could be a podcast if we just upload the audios.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, we don't need video. But when are we going to catch up on our website with all the shows getting up? Because
The website the website has the most recent episode on it, and
that website is where realpeoplefunny.com.
it's realpeoplefunny.com.
Real people funny.
Real People Funny. Okay.
Real people.
Because I don't know, the website I have on my phone, I click it and it's always the same, people on there that are no longer with us. I mean, they didn't pass into the next life, but
You're on Get Real.
Unfortunately.
They're no longer
Yeah.
with us.
all right. Anyway, go ahead, Angel. Last
Okay,
question.
One more.
This should be it.
No, we got two more.
Two more. Here, okay, let's make it
Emma,
quick. Here we go.
unmute. Emma, unmute.
Emma,
Unmute.
unmute.
She's
You're
like,
muted.
yeah, I'm
There we
asking
go.
to unmute.
Okay, yeah, can you hear me now?
Yay!
I've only heard you guys for the last 2 minutes.
That's it
Okay.
for the show today. Thanks for tuning in. Just kidding. Okay, next up, we're gonna go with Emma.
Thanks, Angel.
Emma, they thought I was sabotaging.
Yes?
They thought I was sabotaging you to be the only girl on the show.
Oh, no.
All right, next up, Emma. This person just bought
Yes.
FL. Okay.
Wait, you better read it again.
He just bought the XFL. Who that person is? Is it George Soros, Matt Jade, or The Rock?
What is XL? I mean, what is that?
XFL.
The X Football League. XFL is a football league,
Okay, and then the choices?
The choices are George Soros, Matt Jade, or The Rock.
Let's see what happens here.
I don't know.
Yes, take a guess.
Mac J?
No.
If only that was correct,
Why
our show
not?
would be much bigger. We would be much bigger. Nope,
The Rock.
The Rock.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not into sports that much.
I guess not.
Matt J did the YFL. There's no
Hey,
such thing.
since you missed out the first round, I'll give you the last question too, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Rack was very happy this week. Why
Very
was he
happy. Very happy.
Very happy. If you're happy and you know it, okay. Why was he happy? New York casinos are reopening. His favorite live internet topless site is now free. Or both of the above.
The editing, by the way, Angel.
Both of the above.
Both of the above is correct. That's right.
Wow.
What'd you say to me, Rack? What editing?
No, because I wrote last night, when, believe it or not, 3 o'clock, I still review my writing, and I reviewed it after I had sent it to you, and it should have said both of the above instead of all of the above. So I wrote all of the above. You just did an edit, so very good. A hand for Angel, excellent editor. Anybody have it? I'm going back to writing, so if anybody needs an editor,
You wanna
Angel would
hear
be it.
this?
Oh, I am a good editor, though. I'm a good proofreader.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I'll take it off my headphones.
All right, we're going to go now with our 5 minutes. You don't have to go the full 5 minutes. If you have something that lasts a minute, it's cool. Who's our first volunteer? No interruptions. Julio, he's ready. Wow, I'm surprised. Angel, you know I'm surprised. Here we go, Julio. 5 minutes.
Okay. As I speak, if I go off or I'm like, get that, just let me know, all right? Don't let me fucking talk and then, Julio, we don't know what the fuck you said, right? All right. I've been thinking about this for a while, so I feel this. I think all men in the United States should vote for Donald Trump for this reason. Because all men wish they were Donald Trump. Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. And J means Julio, by the way. I changed his middle name. It's Julio. Because I want to be just like him. Or, you know, maybe it's too late, but it's all right. Donald Trump. For all you men out there, you got to vote for Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck if you white, black, Puerto Rican, Indian, whatever you are. You got to vote for him. And I'm going to tell you why. He is the man, the real man. You know why? He was born a millionaire. He became a billionaire. He was messing around, had a lot of women, playboy everywhere. Talk straight, always says shit, always finishes stuff, always say he's gonna do something, he gets it done. Now, he didn't just fuck anybody, he fucked a porn star. Now, then on top of everything else, everybody knows his business, he told everybody, I'm gonna run for president and I'm gonna win because I don't do something unless I win. And guess what? He won. So, on that note, he became president of the United States. Now, that should be every man's dream. He fulfilled it. So, anybody got something to say about Donald J. Trump, eat it out. Because he is the fucking man. I don't give a shit what's going on. I'm sorry. And it's like, I thought about this for a long time because, you know, I always wanted to do a porn star. It didn't happen. You know, I always wanted to be a Beatle. It didn't happen. I always wanted to be a singer, Emma. It didn't happen. You know, I always wanted to be really tall. Didn't happen. I wanted a penis, at least, you know, 8 inches. Didn't happen. Oh, it never happened. But anyway, stuff like that. But Donald J. Trump is the man. And every man that tells me that, oh, well, you know, he's a fucking liar. He fucks around on his woman. Oh, he was fucking around. He had playboys and he had, you know, yeah. Every man does that. Every man, if you don't do it, you wish you could. You wish you could fucking do it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. And now he's your daddy. He's your daddy for these 4 years, and he's going to be your daddy for the next 4 years. So This man climbed the highest position in the world. People hate him for that. But men should not hate him because every man wants to fill that dream. So I think it's just an envy thing. They just envy the guy. I like him because he's New York. That's just the way he is. And he don't take no shit for nobody. And I like it. So I like the guy. That's the way I like him. Not because he's a Republican. I really don't give a fuck about all the publics and the, you know, the little parties and all that crap. I just think that every man that says they don't want to be
Time's up.
Trump, oh, that's it.
Wait a minute. He was just repeating himself for the 10th time. I don't know why you cut him off.
Ken started playing the music.
What about Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I think he likes Donald Trump.
I didn't get the point of that whole lecture, though. I thought Julio didn't like Donald. I mean, the 10th time that I was getting it, that maybe he doesn't really appreciate people who don't like Donald Trump. I don't know.
I like
All
the
right.
Oscar thing though, where you play it off with music. That was cool.
Yeah. All right, Len, you're on.
Oh, me? Okay, I got a couple things. First of all, I wanted to talk about our Speaker of the House, Nancy Antoinette. You know who she is? You know,
Yeah.
Okay. You know, that the whole thing where she said she was set up and that it was all complete setup. I watched the video of the young girl who owns the place. She, by the end, was crying. She's also had death threats.
Yeah.
How anybody could accept or believe that she was set up is you have to be the dumbest person on the planet, because, you know, if nothing else, you should know in your district that there is nothing's open. So, you know, while I relied on them I relied on the shops to tell me what was okay. I was like, are you fucking, you're going to give that excuse? I mean, if anybody believes her or thinks that this woman has any credibility left, then you're a complete idiot. All right. That's so, but she's a member, and this is, remember I told you, she's a member of that new party that's out there. It's changing. It's because we have the pandemic, and because I think there's so much politics involved with that. There's a new party that's going to be formed. It's called the Pandemocrats, because they are people who, you know, want to support the pandemic, but they want, you know, Biden and Kamala, whatever, to win. So it's going to be a new party, the Pandemocrats. That's the new word for English. The other thing was the New York Times had a report this week about the testing that's been going on. They did they looked at the results from New York, Massachusetts, and Nevada. And the conclusion they came to, and this is the Times now, this is not some conservative bullshit, you know, thing, that the 90% of the positive tests were probably not positive, because when they process the little thing they shove up your nose, okay, they have to amplify the amount of the DNA from the virus that's in there. And they've been amplifying it so much that it, you know, it shows up when it actually, in all likelihood, could be a very insignificant amount. And that's why a lot of people are not sick and don't show any symptoms or anything like that. So that to me is, that just tells you that a lot of what's going on is complete bullshit. The other thing was the top doctor in Canada came out with a report that said you should wear a mask when you're having sex. That it's a good idea to do that. Now, I saw that, and interestingly enough, most of the comments to that were that she was so ugly that she probably hopes everybody would wear a mask because then she might have a shot. I don't know if that's true, but I got into a discussion with somebody about it, and they thought it wasn't such a crazy idea, and I just thought to me, that's the stupidest thing that you could ever possibly imagine. So, to me, I think if you're going to have sex, you might as well, take the big risk and do it without a mask. I mean, I have heard of people putting a flag over somebody's face and doing it for Old Glory, that old thing, but I don't think in this case we need to have that. So that's it for me.
All right. Len, I love that. The less human contact now. My girlfriend is so scared of COVID and hold on, I got it. Joel, I had to mute him. My girlfriend's so afraid of COVID, and I told her, okay, you're paranoid and you're bothering everybody with it. So how about we shoot you up into space? and you won't have any contact with any humans whatsoever, and you'll be fine. You won't get COVID, but the aliens might get you, which is another problem because I believe that there are other extraterrestrial living beings out there. But anyway, let's go to Emma. Emma may not be ready on this, right? Because Emma didn't know that we were doing this. She wasn't at the meeting on Wednesday, was she?
Yeah, she was on.
Oh, you're ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not because you're the only black person on the show that I thought that.
Yes, it is. Don't lie. Yes, it is. It's true. It's true, Emma.
Go ahead, Emma. You're on.
I want to talk about the sex trafficking that's going on. It's being hidden in the media, but there's a lot of sex trafficking that's being busted. Anybody know about that?
No,
Well,
Anyway, I'll just say
they did. There was a whole bunch of young kids that were found in Georgia. There was like almost, it was like 40 kids in Trey. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, and I did not appreciate this people raiding my basement at all.
God damn it. Now I know how you make all those T-shirts and hats for Trump now, Angel.
Yep, I got my little crew. I'm hiring again now. Then.
But what's good about Angel with her crew, she's not discriminatory. She's got Asians, she's got Mexicans, even a few trailer trash white people thrown in. Am I right, Emma?
Absolutely, those are the funny ones. I keep those just for entertainment usually.
All right, so Emma, any other points, or is that it?
that's. I'm just saying that we're being distracted by a lot of nonsense in the news.
No, that's for sure. All right, let's see. Who went? Len went. Angel, did you go? No.
Oh.
No, I'm just playing with my lights while I'm waiting.
Oh, you play with lights too, not just your hair.
Oh, I play. Okay, yeah, you know what?
So you'll play with anything, please.
Okay, so here's the thing. Got a couple of things. Interestingly enough, they're both food related. First of all, anyone on our panel here on the show, is anyone offended by the phrase boneless chicken wings?
What?
Boneless chicken wings. You know,
Hey,
like,
I resemble that remark.
so nobody's really offended, right?
I feel very uncomfortable.
Look, this dude took it all the way to his city council meeting. And where is he? In Lincoln, Nebraska. That dude wants the phrase boneless chicken wings to be removed from our language because we're teaching our kids things that are wrong. Boneless chicken wings are not wings at all. This is paraphrasing his bullshit that he said. They're just chicken fingers. So when you call it that, but then I'm like, if they're chicken fingers, I don't think they're the chicken's fingers either. So they're not the wing, they're not the finger.
Not the wing, not the fingers.
But this man actually stood there in front of the city council and somebody started laughing. He stopped and he was like yelling at them. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna have to be a little more cautious and care about the boneless chicken wings, okay? I don't want to hear anybody talking about that again. No boneless chicken wings. Next up, as if things couldn't get any crazier, we've got this Leavenworth Cafe. Don't know if you guys have heard of that. Yep. Guess what happened there?
Omaha, Nebraska. It's a diner.
I'm getting all my freaks from Nebraska this week. What are the chances you got two crazy ass stories, right? Okay. They had a sandwich at this diner called the Robert E. Lee.
Which sounded delicious, by the way.
Oh, by the way, I'm offended.
A lot of people were offended. A lot of people got on that boat. They start protesting it. They're standing outside protesting. 75 protesters outside this restaurant that's been around for 20 plus years, had the same sandwich the whole time. Now it's a problem. Now everybody wants to go make a big deal about it. because it's Robert E. Lee.
Well, not only that, Angel, but they also threatened, because the son. See what happened. Now I did once again research at 3:30 in the morning to catch up, and basically the son was answering people on Facebook and saying, "Cops, take the rubber bullets out and put real bullets in the guns. It's time to take down some of those protesters. And then after you do that, 95% of them will disappear, and 5% remaining, you can use them for target practice."
I totally agree.
Well, you're going to get your ass protested by those people, because
Fucking right.
that's what they went out there in Omaha, and they went in front of the diner. They wouldn't let people go in. They were criticizing people coming out. And then they actually had a black mediator, a guy who volunteered. He was like the local activist or whatever. And he went and Malcolm X, I didn't know this, was born there. He's a family home there, and they have a foundation, of course, there in Omaha. And he volunteered, the owner volunteered to the mediator that he would donate to the Malcolm X Foundation. He would take Robert E. Lee's sandwich off the menu.
Which is bullshit.
And the guy went back outside to the protesters and said, "This is what's going to happen now." And then they go, "That's not enough." And they wanted more money. They wanted more money to the Malcolm X Foundation. They wanted a whole bunch of shit. I don't even know. Maybe something crazy. They wanted a Black Lives sandwich on the menu, whatever. And the mediator, and he's an activist himself. He's black, and he goes, "That's extortion, man. No, I'm not going back in there." So then more threats to the family, and the son, of course, is stupid and is answering, and their lives have been threatened. So now they are permanently closed. And that's what's going to happen to you, Julio, if you keep at it.
It's ridiculous. That just shows you how many assholes there are in the world. First of all, if you don't want to eat the sandwich, don't eat it. Shut the hell up. And secondly, giving in to all these jerk-offs, which is what's happening in so many different ways, is not a good idea, because, then more jerk-offs say, well, maybe I can get this, and more jerk-offs say, maybe I can get that. And you at some point have to put your foot down and say, no, we're not doing that. I mean, I know it's tough, because the media just destroys people if they stand up for themselves, if it's not for what they think, is the popular thing. But it's crazy. You can't keep giving away this shit.
I'm thinking where I'm going to protest so I can get some stuff too.
Yeah.
It's going to come to a point where they're going to do this to a guy that's fucking pissed off, and he's going to go out and he's going to fucking shoot him in the fucking head. And when people see somebody shot, they're going to display. Nobody's going to stand there. They're going to see that one person shot in the head, and then they're going to go back and, let's call the police. Wait a minute. But I thought you don't want the police around. But that's what's going to happen.
Wait a minute. They've been defunded.
It will happen, but it will end. And right now, right after the elections, all this shit is going to stop.
Yeah.
The police are going to go back to their fucking, whatever they're going to do. They're going to fuck people up. And I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. And they're going to call this, is that a civil war? No. A civil war means that you have two organized armies fighting. If Antifa and the other guy that has some fucking whatever ain't fucking around group, whoever the hell he is, they're not organized. I mean, the last time they organized, they shot each other, didn't they? Accidentally or something like that? Accidental discharge. But
I thought those only happened at night.
No, but he said that the reason why they got shot is because the rifle, the M16, that if you slam it on the ground, it'll shoot out. It'll trigger out, right? That's not true. You know how many times I dropped my M16 fully loaded? Never once. Fucking shot anywhere. He's full of shit.
You mean you dropped it in a firefight and you were running the other way? Is what you forget to explain that.
No,
you probably tried to make the gun shoot itself. You probably believed it. You saw the Viet Cong coming, and you threw your rifle hoping that it would go off on its own. It didn't. And they were firing at your ass, and you were running. You made it out. Your buddies got left behind, and then you the only one survived. Then they said to you, hey, how come you're back and everybody else? Oh, man, I killed like 16 of them. Oh, man, but they took out everybody.
It's all good. It's all good. Look, let me tell you something. If I have a gun, I ain't dropping shit.
Who on the show is not afraid of Julio with a gun? Believe me, the Viet Cong are living proof that you can fight Julio even if he has a gun. Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. But, it wasn't just me. I mean, people shot, they run.
Can I see your
What? My what?
Your
shirt?
shirt.
Oh,
I love it.
yeah.
Oh,
It's supposed to be. It's a Hawaiian lei, I guess.
Oh, I love to get laid.
Get
You
laid.
try it. That was one of the best parts about going to Hawaii was getting.
Laid.
As soon as you get off the plane, it's right away.
Laid
Great.
immediately.
Gotta like get laid.
It's like going to a tapas bar. You know, a tapas bar in Spanish.
I know what it is. Yeah. What you get laid in the tapas bar?
No, I mean it sounds like topless.
Oh,
you know,
top.
whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I think we should do like a guess who watches the most porn.
Not yet, because we need. I don't know if Joel's ready on 5 minutes. Joel, are you ready?
Joel's
He's
muted.
muted. You won't hear his answer.
Joel, we got to unmute you, man. Unmute yourself, dude.
Joel,
Yeah,
There you go.
the wife took a walk, so I guess she didn't want to hear any more of this. I don't know
Good.
why. She can learn. She can actually learn something.
Wait a minute, Joe. Was the car moving when she took the walk or what?
No, the car stopped.
Okay.
So she took
Yeah,
a
she
walk.
took a walk.
Took a walk.
Wait a minute.
Well,
You have your headphones on. What's going on?
Huh? Well, yeah, I got my headphones on because she didn't want to hear anymore. I don't know. But anyway, I'm lucky to get 5 minutes. You know, I can't even get 5 minutes in my own house. So, you know, I'm happy to, I'll take anything. So do you hear what Joe Biden said? I know, Rack, you like history. So Joe Biden had a little speech, right? And he was talking about Edison. He was talking about the light bulb. A guy named Latimer.
I saw this.
I looked that up.
African-American
Latimer was a very accomplished African American, and by the way, he was from Flushing, New York. And I've
Right.
seen his house many times. It's become a
I know.
museum. Yeah.
Well, it was so old. You probably grew up with him. He looked very familiar to me. I don't know why.
He stole my baseball glove. He stole my baseball glove.
I think he went to the same high school as me. But yeah. So he invented a carbon-based type of a light bulb, right? So I never knew that. So I think I'm going to change the name. Instead of calling Con Edison, I'm going to call it Con Latimer from now on. Okay, I'm going to change the name.
He actually worked in Edison's lab, and what he did was he improved the filament in the light bulb. That was his accomplishment because he was working with that in Edison's lab. I'm pretty sure.
And he was the son of slaves and
Yeah.
a very accomplished man.
Yeah.
But then again, his father, I think, had been a slave and turned into a minister and had established a number of very prominent activist type organizations back in the day in the 1800s in Flushing. So his family and he himself, very accomplished, and it shows that Black lives do matter and Black lives should take themselves serious because they can accomplish great things.
There you
You
go.
know what the 1619 Project is, Alan?
Yes, I do. I'm familiar with it. I know the bad press for it, New York Times and all that. It's an unfortunate type of project for the United States because it's easy to look back, like armchair quarterbacking. It's easy to look back and say, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. And it just doesn't make any sense if we're moving forward, especially all of us are old here in 2020. I feel sorry for the next generation if that's what they got, if that's what they're looking at is what happened in the past, because what you do have to do,
man.
they're living in the past. You got to look to the future, and you have to take people like Latimer and on and on, or Oprah and a lot of celebrities who are also athletes and so forth as well, and who like Muhammad Ali.
Oprah's not really an athlete. She's more like a athletic donut runner.
Yeah.
Yeah. George Washington Carver.
You know, if they
That
would
was
take
funny.
if all those white kids, and I just read about a white kid up from West Side, Upper West Side, and her father's a psychiatrist, her mother, and a professor at Columbia Medical, and her mother is some type of a well-known, like social services or writer or something. And they own two houses, one in Connecticut, but not in Julio section, in the good section, Litchfield. And they also have a $1.6 million brownstone on the Upper West Side. She just got arrested for felony rioting. She was out there with the rioters the other day, walking up from Foley Square to 38th Street or something. And as they ran up or marched, they were literally destroying businesses on the way up. They broke into a Starbucks. They broke this. They did this, and she got arrested for felony rioting or damaging property. And that's amazing. If she would just take her freaking energy, because you know she lives at home, and go, Mom, Dad, give me an extra $5,000, and then walk down to her local homeless shelter, or walk down to a local charter school that caters to inner city children, she'd be doing a lot more. Am I right, people? She'd be doing a lot more, and she has the access to it.
Now, speaking of, let me put in, since I got 5 minutes, let me put in one more thing. Another subject you like. New York casinos are open, but they're only letting 25% of the, of the whole casino in there, right? And you mentioned rioting. I think it's going to be a riot there, especially with the addicted gamblers.
Yeah, the Asian old women, when they get off that bus from Chinatown in Queens or Flushing or Brooklyn,
Right.
and they get to the door, and somebody goes, no, we got enough people in there already. They're going to be a riot. Those Chinese women,
no.
oh, what are you talking
There's
about?
gonna be a
I want
riot.
to get my food ticket. I want to get my coupon. What are you talking about? I took a bus.
I want my slot machine. There's no cards playing. There's no table game. So that leaves you out. I know you like that stuff.
Yeah,
You
I was
can't
hoping
go,
poker would
but
come
they
back.
want
No.
in there.
Oh, they mean business
no.
because they
So,
get those free coupons and shit. It's actually a profit. Some of them, they live by it. You should see them in the morning in Flushing, all lined up for the bus. And it's all, unfortunately, I'm going to have to quote Trump here, they're all losers. They're all people who can live on going to a casino, getting their food coupon and $10 in play chips, and that's their day.
That sounds like kind of okay.
Okay.
Hey, it's better than being on the street and asking people for money, I guess. So.
Well, yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna, lose your money, you might as well go there.
As long as you survive those bus rides. Some of those buses that drive that used to go to Atlantic City, they had a lot of problems with those guys because they drive like maniacs.
Yeah, they had a lot of accidents on the highway, all kind of shit.
Yeah, they'll do 2 or 3 chips. They do 2 or 3 chips a day to Boston. It's the same driver. That's how they make their money. I mean, the trips are so cheap, $15 from New York City to Boston. Shit, I was thinking, well, today I feel like going to Boston. I was just walking past it. $15, fuck.
Yeah. Okay. I know you're broke already. Time you get there. Hey, I'm in the car, right? This may be for Julio. I've just found this here. One of these ads, I don't get it. Acme, right? It's selling here genuine pork, spare or baby back ribs, frozen or previously frozen. What do you mean previously frozen? From what, the Ice Age? How long are this meat in there?
Previously frozen.
I'm not
means that
buying this.
They just throw them out, and then they're frozen. They throw them out, and then they sell them.
And you can't freeze them again.
No, you shouldn't freeze them. You can, but you shouldn't.
I wouldn't buy anything from someplace called Acme.
Exactly. Another name. That's that Wile E. Coyote type.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
right?
It's a cartoon name for a company. Come on.
Yeah. No, don't call that. Call
All right,
it-
Angel's giving us a cue there. I think Angel wants us to move on.
Next.
I just saw this commercial. I saw it twice last night whilst watching Undercover Boss. It's called imperfectfood.com. Have you guys seen that?
No.
No.
It's like where you can order food. So say it's like a carrot
Oh
that
yeah, I saw that.
salmon that was cut the wrong way. So it's all this food that's good food. Like there's nothing wrong with it, except it's ugly. So this website specializes in like ugly food that you can get delivered to your house once a week for around 30% less than normal if they were pretty tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. My
Isn't that
girlfriend,
crazy?
yeah. She's like, if there's a bruise on the banana, she won't eat it. She won't go near it. I guess that's what you're talking about, things like that.
Yeah, it's like crazy. I haven't looked at the website yet,
Yeah.
but it was interesting.
So in the supermarkets, what they do with imperfect, let's say meat, a piece of meat, what they do is they season it, and then they sell it to you seasoned already. So you think, oh, they're gonna season it. That's what they do, and they do the same thing with fish. They'll season the fish. We don't do that, but that's a lot of work anyway. I don't want to do that. But they season it with some marinade. They marinate it with something, and then they go, oh look, you just throw it in the oven.
What was wrong with the fish before they do that? What was wrong with the fish before they marinate it?
is it usually when the fish is too small to sell, like for instance, if it's under like a half a pound,
Oh, okay.
or it's not bad. It's just like it doesn't look good, like you said.
That's what this website's all about. Same
Right.
exact thing.
So what they do is they put it together and they marinate it and then they'll sell it. The meat department is famous for that shit. They do that with all meats. You know, like they take the pork chops, you know, they chop it wrong. They take all the meat out and then they'll put some flavor in
Yeah.
it. And they'll say, "Oh, look." So
There was a chain, Julio, Tad's Steaks. Remember them?
Yeah, Tad's
They
steak.
did the same thing. They would, because I read about how they operated. They were very successful in Times Square and so forth.
$1.79.
Yeah, but they would charge good money. But what they do is take bad cuts and they marinate them, or they, you know, whatever they do, season them,
Yeah, but it was
and then they
good.
sell them to people. And it was mostly people, which I've been at certain points where they didn't have a lot of money, but hey, let me splurge on a meal, $17 for a steak, and they go to Tad's.
Yeah.
Baked potato, they give you.
It was at the time. It was a good date place. You know, like if you know,
Really?
take you out to Tad's. Let's go. And,
Oh, that's cheap, man. That's a cheap place to take a date.
you know, $20. You got everybody's eating. Everybody's good. Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, if you're paying for the food and then you're also paying for your date, it's not a bad deal then, you know, Rich.
It wasn't a bad deal, but you know, Tad's it wasn't table service. You
Yeah,
get
I
on
know.
a line like cafeteria style.
Yeah, I think
You
I
tell
did
the-
go there.
Yeah, you tell the two Hispanics behind the, yeah, I want, you know, number 9 or something like that.
Let me get that potato with the-
Now,
with
is
the
it my
big
turn yet? Because I want to go on food too. I don't know why we're on food, but I'm going to go with 9 on food.
one.
Angel, is it
Yeah.
my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay.
Large girl.
So real quick, I don't think I need 5 minutes. It's basically, when is the shoe going to drop on the Chinese restaurants? You guys have been, everybody has been giving a pass to Chinese restaurants on diversity, on prejudice, on treatment of minorities. Have you ever noticed you walk, like in most of the cities, not like maybe even out in Georgia, there might be some that this is not true because you're away from the major city, but you mostly see only Chinese faces when you walk into a Chinese takeout or Joel, it's true up in where you are, right? You only see Chinese faces in your local Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. There's no. That's the only one who serves food there.
And cooks
well,
too.
you know,
I mean,
Chinese
when
faces
when
and
when
cooks.
is the shoe gonna
And
drop?
they live there.
Yeah, when is the shoe gonna drop? When are they gonna walk? You know, get up their gander because they're headed in that direction. These protesters, they got the Robert E. Lee biscuits and gravy, and they closed that place. When are they gonna go? You don't hire black people. You Chinese.
What about?
I'm gonna
What
go
about what about Cat's Deli? There's no Jewish people serving there.
Oh no,
Only
they're all
Puerto Ricans.
Hispanic. Yeah, they're Hispanics. I noticed. Very friendly though. Very friendly at Cats. I
I
like
thought
that.
cat
Good.
lovers would close the Chinese restaurants first.
Huh.
Hey, by the way, I used to go to one when I lived in Paramus in New Jersey, and it was a Chinese restaurant, part of a Holiday Inn. And these guys, every waiter had a name tag on it: Steve, Bob, Joe, right?
Right.
And I saw one time the room where they came in like to work, and all the coats were hanging on there. And I guess you know, they just grabbed whatever one that was there and they put it on because
Interchangeable. Yeah.
you just need a coat. But they had like Steve. That was the name tag on it. You go, there's no way you're Steve.
No, but
you're Joe.
Do,
Because
do
they
you
couldn't
get?
speak English.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like for instance, in
I think that's
Flushing.
gonna be my protest. I'm glad.
Let's get that protest going. In
I'm gonna
Flushing,
I tried that protest. It didn't work. Alan.
But would you go into a Chinese restaurant with all white guys serving? I don't know.
why
about
not?
that.
I go into Italian restaurants with not a single Italian, and you just mentioned Katz's Deli or Puerto Ricans. Come on now.
No, I tried to get a job on 17 Mott Street in Chinatown as a waiter. They went, no, you know Chinese. I said, I know, but you know, everybody here
Oh,
Chinese. How come I can't?
I know, and I'm a little bit. I'm pissed off
that's
too
a
because
lawsuit.
I'm pissed off too because I tried to get Chinese restaurant jobs at various times in my life, and they said, "Well, you speak Chinese." They talked to me in Chinese. No, my father's Chinese. I don't speak. Oh, you can't work here.
Oh, no, you can.
No. You got to speak a Chinese. I'm like, fuck. I can speak like a Chinese English. I can do broken English.
Yeah.
Hey, they want to order egg roll. They want didn't work.
There you go.
I didn't get hired. That's not fair. Let's let the shoe. Emma, come on. Let's get out there. Let's get at it.
Because the cook couldn't speak English. Because everybody that was buying the Chinese food only spoke English. It was like nobody walked in there. There was no Chinese people eating with us at the food. But was one place under the Manhattan Bridge that at a certain time, only Chinese people go in there, only Chinese. And I started going in there, you know, dim sum and that thing with the breakfast and the whole bit, right?
Emma's Eaton.
Yeah, and they used to, everybody was Chinese.
Banana today.
And the bill was so
I didn't see a banana.
the bill was so much cheaper than regular when I go through the regular. And it was, everybody was Chinese. So they're like, oh, well, the guy talks to me in Chinese. I'm like, I don't speak Chinese.
Okay, that's good.
All right, that's enough. Angel says that's enough.
Thank you for that.
Too
Just
bad.
you know what? The show is much better. I like
They're
it.
going for hours.
You know what though? If you didn't make it to the production meeting, you know you miss out. You never know what you're going to catch on a Wednesday production meeting.
Which I'm going to turn into a show soon. But anyway,
Sorry.
This past Wednesday
Sorry.
starred Emma and the banana.
Yeah.
yeah.
We were having a discussion about certain sexual things or whatever, and all of a sudden Emma was eating a banana, and it really struck me as a perfect illustration of what we were talking
And
about.
then she showed us how to work the banana.
Yeah, it wasn't just.
Is that on? Is that on tape? Is that on tape?
Yeah,
It will
was
be. Get in on Wednesdays because, and also we're going to tape it.
It was almost a religious experience, I got to tell you.
And I'm going to tape the Wednesday shows, and you're going to post them.
Got her game down on that. Like I
Good
did.
plan.
So we all agreed that we should have this show, but then we should also have the backstage production meeting, which is even funnier. And we'll
We
do
should.
that. We'll tape it and put it up also.
Right, and edit
Absolutely.
it together for the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've gone over even a little bit of the hour, but I think the show is a lot poppier and has a lot of energy, and we all could hear each other, and it wasn't like that whole thing where you're fighting to say something. And everybody did great on their up to 5-minute pieces. Julio especially, because I'm telling you, when he repeats for the 10th time, you get it.
You know what
Am I
I
right?
like with this? The boxes are bigger.
Yeah.
The
Is
boxes are much bigger. Instead of those little boxes, we now in bigger boxes. I think that's really important.
I think that's very important, Lenny. Bigger is definitely better. Size matters.
Well, bigger is size matters for guys. I don't think bigger for girls in that respect is better, because then it's like you're driving, through the Lincoln Tunnel, and that's no good.
Ah.
Oh, I thought you meant boobs. I was like,
Well, no, boobs okay, but if you're talking about
Oh,
south
no.
of your boobs, yeah, your coochie, it's big is not better. Trust me.
no, I didn't.
Especially with all those big outside. Nah, it's not better.
Yeah, I learned what that word was after I met the husband. I've had to use a lot of lookups for words I've learned from him.
What word?
Coochie.
Oh,
Gucci.
coochie.
No, not hoochie.
Coochie.
Gucci.
No, beef curtain. Beef curtain.
Oh, I didn't get that one, but that's interesting.
Doggy punch. I learned all kinds because I was sheltered.
All right, well, guys, come in early next week because we love to play the music before we start. The audience doesn't see it, but we had some bitchin' music today earlier to get it warmed up for the show. So
With the
we played.
polka player. Lenny.
We had Toto playing Africa, and Lenny Castro was on as a special guest playing the congas, and we also played How Bizarre, which we were talking about. Me and Ben were talking about the show, and I said,
That would be stuck in my head the rest of the day if I had heard that song.
all right, thank you guys.
All right.
Enjoy the week. We'll see you Wednesday, and I'm going to take
Wednesday.
this Wednesday. I'm taping. It becomes a show. The backstage pre-production meeting is a show as well. I'll tape it.
All right.
All right, take care. Thanks
Bye,
a lot, guys.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Peace, baby.
Get real people funny. Get real people funny. Join the show and join the fun, where the laughs are never done. Get real people funny.
Bye-bye, people. Have a great week.